Get those fucking pants off!
Welcome back to the No Pants Podcast. I'm Ben.
I'm Sam.
Gunner.
Nolan.
And today we're going to be starting off our conversation with a little discussion about bathrooms. Right, so...
But first, Nolan, that's a nice you got there.
Thank you, I've been working on it. I've been flexing it daily. I hang weights off of it.
Are those Hanes?
In fact, they are.
That's a great pair of boxers right there.
No, I got some compression shorts from Shopko that my mom bought me.
Are they branded?
I don't know. I mean, they're Shopko.
I'm being completely honest, I've been wearing these underwear since 6th grade. And it's pretty much just all one big
We're
hole.
looking at some Under Armour here.
Ooh, shit. This man be
Yeah,
fancy.
I've out here spending
Alright,
more
so
than my goddamn house on a
bathrooms.
pair of underwear.
Bathrooms.
Cleaning them.
They're dirty.
They're dirty. They
So
get
if you
dirty.
go out to clean a bathroom and you're cleaning the doors,
Door handles
the door handles,
get very dirty.
They get both sides of the door handles get dirty.
However,
Some only clean one side of the door handle.
hey, now I clean the inside door handle and not the outside door handle.
Explain.
So
Please explain.
people going into a bathroom, right? Their hands are already dirty. And they go inside and they wash their hands. You know, they go to the bathroom, they wash their hands, they leave. Which means that the point of washing the inside doorknob is so that once they wash their hands, they don't immediately get a bunch of germs on their hands. But when they're walking in, I mean, who's to really care that, you know, the outside doorknob's covered in germs when they're probably already covered in germs?
I've got a rebuttal. Okay, in a public place like a gas station, let's say, what if you go to try the handle and it's locked? Somebody's in there and you leave, but you've touched that outside handle.
You're not out of the sink. You're not washing your hands.
You're not washing your hands, but
And
you've touched it.
Also, Sam, are you trying to tell me that a business like let's say a Walmart? I suppose Walmarts don't have door handles on the bathrooms anymore, do they? But a
large
gas station, maybe a
corporation.
7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that the manager of that store is going to be okay with only one door handle being clean?
Subpar cleanliness in a business.
Well, we don't gotta tell that guy. I mean,
No,
He's
you gotta
about to
tell that
know.
guy.
So
You
you're
gotta tell the
suggesting-
health
you're suggesting-
inspector.
I'm suggesting back alley, wash the doorknob on the inside of the bathroom, leave the other one fine, because they're gonna wash their hands anyway.
It
So
takes
when I-
you
okay,
all of
3.5
seconds.
Yeah, that's
to
what I was
wash
gonna say.
both
Right.
door
It
handles.
really isn't too much extra work to wash the other handle.
I mean, I personally believe in going into a bathroom and cleaning everything in there, and then once it gets outside of that, it's, you know, it's.
Well, how
it's
about on
completely
your way in, just
It's
wipe
a part
down the
of it,
handle.
yeah.
But then I'm gonna be leaving.
With a cleaner bathroom, with both door handles
I'm
clean.
gonna be touching the doorknob.
Are you saying the outside door of the bathroom isn't part of the bathroom?
No, it's a door.
But what about when I open up the door handle and I cover my hand in whatever schmutz is on that door handle and I go to grab my Johnson? Are you suggesting that that's not something to consider?
You don't want germs on you, Johnson.
Are you trying to tell
You
me
don't
that
want
you guys touch your Johnson when you go pee?
What are you saying?
I mean, I have
Black
a strict
socks.
no
Oh.
touchies policy.
That's stupid.
That
So with
sounds
the door
messy.
handles, Ben made a great point when he had a runny nose. Someone opens up the door handle, right? They go into the bathroom. They're taking a deuce. They're like, they wipe their nose with their hand.
Right.
All the schmutz that was on that door handle
It's in
on
there.
their hand. Portal of entry.
And what we know about the chain of infection, it's
Was it? It doesn't start with portal entry, does it?
it starts anywhere.
No,
it
it's
starts
it's
anywhere.
infected host, right?
No, it
Well,
starts.
it
anywhere.
starts-
Sure, so the
Absolutely.
infected host is already infected. The infected host is the goddamn door handle, piece of shit.
But
And
the chain
the odds of
starts
that
pretty much anywhere.
dirty door handle from day, like even if it's one full day of not being clean, at a public place like a 7-Eleven or something, that handle's gonna have a lot of germs. What are the odds that one of the people that went to that bathroom were sick? It only takes one.
Good time.
But know how many truckers go through like gas stations, they don't really take days off. If they're sick, they're in a truck. They're just gonna.
Although there is one positive to not cleaning the door handle if you're not going to clean both anyway. And it's time management, right? Like, I get that argument. It makes sense. Maybe it's not very much time, but if you got to clean a bathroom and you've obviously made it clear that you don't give a shit about what the manager thinks, so you're just thinking about you. You don't have no integrity. I get that. Me neither.
Exactly.
So when I'm cleaning the bathroom, I want to get out of there with pretty much as little work as possible. But I still want to make it look like I did something, so I can say, "Hey, I cleaned
The doorknob.
the door handle."
Which one?
You know, even if the like, let's say the manager was gonna come check out, like, oh, let's see how Sam cleaned the bathroom. What's the first thing he's gonna see?
Well, I mean, he's gonna tell by the way that his mouth feels on that door handle.
Yeah, I personally open every door handle with my mouth. I think it's.
Yeah, see, that's why.
I got a question.
That's why it's
Wait,
gross
wait,
not to wash it.
Away from the doorknob situation. How often do you guys clean your phones?
Oh, are we gonna bring in the phones are dirtier than toilet seats?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
that's
I
why
feel like that's the
I
way
don't
that
lick
this
my phone. I
naturally
like
leads.
toilet seats.
Well, you know,
We can go on past
outside
that.
door handles are dirtier than toilet seats.
Well, the way I see that is, so let's say you're on the toilet, right? You're using your phone, put back in your pocket, you wash your hands, and you go back on your phone. But phone still is dirty. But I think because it's, for the most part, germs that you already have, it's less of a problem. Since it's like, unless you're handing your phone out to 40 other strangers, like a door handle, I think it's less of a problem. Since it's your phone and it's your germs that you've
Yeah,
already
it's
been in
like
contact with, so your immune system's already
pretty-
prepared to fend off. To an extent, that is.
So you guys are pro, like,
Keep it dirty.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter as much as a public door handle because it's a private phone.
Like
Yeah.
if I have
You may be
Ebola,
endangering yourself, but at least you're not endangering.
I totally
yeah,
get
if I have Ebola and I put my Ebola phone in my Ebola pocket, I'm the only person I'm giving Ebola to is myself.
Yeah,
But if
and
you put
I
a
mean,
bullet
hey,
on the
it's a
door handle-
defense against thieves because if they take your phone,
Ebola.
they're gonna die immediately.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
so
gonna
when
die
you're-
of Ebola.
They'll
Like
die
after you
slowly
already
over
pass
time.
away of Ebola.
When you're eating your Ebola soup and you have your Ebola spoon, you're at least not gonna get.
Let's say
You're gonna go like, oh no, my Ebola
with the
soup.
door handle. Let's say old man
Johnson.
Sure.
comes into the store and he's 90.
Right.
He's a cold away from kicking the bucket, and he touches this dirty handle because he has to get his Johnson out and piss in the toilet.
Right.
And
Can I intervene for a second? Yeah. You say Mr. Johnson. Do you mean me or my father?
neither of you. I'm using a made up name as a old man.
Right.
He's a 90-year-old man.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Johnson.
The name.
Yeah,
Put that
Anyway.
I can do that.
I forgot about that.
Okay, so Mr.
Should I beep it out? Can we do that?
Yeah, I can.
Of course.
Right.
Yeah,
Wait. We need to have a sound bite that like replaces it.
Yeah, should we not use like the classic beep? Should we just use like
No. Have a name. Have a different name.
Johnson.
There we
Yeah,
go.
there,
That's
perfect.
what we need.
Just take Johnson. And put, anytime anyone swears out of context,
I'm the one that said it.
Johnson.
It'll seem like old man, Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, whenever we say,
Johnson.
Like-
Johnson.
With Johnson, with no one's phone.
I forgot that we weren't drinking last night. That was my bad.
okay, no more of saying that word
Alright.
because
Anyway,
Don't-
old man Johnson, right? He touches this dirty handle. It's disgusting. It's full of germs.
He's gonna
Because
croak if he touches
because
his nose.
the gas station employee didn't wash it properly.
Right.
The cub.
He just, I mean, even it just touches his skin and somehow he gets a cold.
He
Just a
could-
common
he could have a
cold,
cat
but
in
it's
his
enough
hand.
to put him in hospice. And
it's instantly
He's got a little
it's
bit of
end
a-
of
he
life
touches the
care.
door
He's got a little
knob.
bit of a cough.
By the time he's out of this,
Jenny.
His parents or his son comes in. He's like, hey,
and
you
that's
know, I'm thinking-
contributing to the end of life cost.
I would
which
I
is
would say
by
that it's a
far
lot
the most
cheaper.
expensive.
It's a
healthcare.
lot cheaper
That is
than
true.
stage 4 cancer medication.
And can
So
we
at
talk
least
about-
he's taking a step forward.
Can we talk about the euthanasia while we're on that subject?
Absolutely. That's a good segue.
What I want to know is
Terrible segue.
how their parents raised them so smart. First.
You know, that's a good one. I remember when
yeah.
you said that 2 days ago. Yesterday.
Personally, I think that
We
it's
talked
because
about
of all the
euthanasia
video
a
games
lot.
that they play. Have you heard about like how much competition in like video games there are today with like esports and stuff.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
oh, I'm
like the
playing
youth
Smash.
in
Oh, look, this
like,
guy's got a
like
Korean
20
name,
years
I know
ago,
what it
the
is.
youth in Asia, it was like, oh, if I dishonor my father, I'm getting yachted into the river.
Right.
But now it's like,
I'm gonna yacht myself.
go play some Street Fighter, son.
But it's more
Or some
like
Fortnite.
go play some Street Fighter, son, or else I'm gonna disown you because you need to have a career
Yeah, and
at the age of 5.
and I think youth in
Well, I
Asia.
think Japan's the bad one about the disowning.
I think all
Oh,
of
yeah.
Asia in general, like China's pretty big on dishonor. But I think the big thing about youth in Asia is it's a good means of ending a painful life.
That's true, and it's not really. I mean, it's controversial, sure, but I don't
It's
think
100%
really-
controversial.
It's not really.
You think Old Man Johnson wants to be coughing for the last 3 months of his life?
Yeah.
It is
It
the
seems
most.
like most people
I
when they're
think-
confronted with that issue, they agree to it. People usually like they feel emotional connection to it because it's so severe. Like it's such a
And it gives them like I'm going out on my own terms.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely the quality of time you have. Like, if I was dying, like, just coughing my lungs out, and if that was going to last for 6 months before I finally kicked the bucket, I would just rather say, you know what? This was a good life. See you guys in hell. And then black guy disappeared.
You know why we have youth in why we don't have euthanasia today?
Because we're in
Because
America.
because religion?
No, we were like on the road to having it like throughout the world, but it's actually Hitler that stopped us
Is that right?
because
Because that's a Nazi thing. Let's not do that.
well, because Hitler he killed a lot of like disabled people during that time. Forget about the Jews.
Are we
but
getting into the controversy zone?
no, it's a fact. It's what he did back then.
This is what's gonna set it explicit.
I'm not well.
Miss Christensen's not going to listen to
This
this.
is our first. Well, she's not gonna believe it. She's gonna think we're madmen.
Yeah.
That's true.
This isn't even
So
a podcast.
Hitler
Podcast.
killed the disabled and he called it mercy, and I think they deemed it like
Jesus Christ.
mandatory euthanasia. And as a result, people were really anti-euthanasia for like the next half a century because of this Nazi regime.
And that definitely made it a taboo
Okay, yeah,
subject.
that's,
I don't know if
That's
you
really too
noticed
bad about
this.
Hitler and stuff, but this spider is really freaking me out. I keep looking up because I'm
Well, he's not
scared.
moving.
He's not.
I know, but I'm
No, he just
He
killed
heard us. He heard us.
No,
It's alright.
he just killed a fly. Did you see that?
Well, that's metal.
Or he has no interest in.
He didn't even
So-
need a web. He just hopped on it.
The
There's a
interesting,
centipede crawling up my. right now.
so the interesting thing about Hitler, I think, is he is the go-to argument for absolutely everyone. Christians, they say Hitler was an atheist. He was a bad person. Atheists, Hitler was a Christian. He was a bad person.
Jew.
Not vegans, Hitler was a vegan. He's a bad person.
Was he vegan?
That's a bit of a
Vegetarian,
stretch.
so
He
it's
did
not-
eat. He did eat a lot of. Was he vegetarian?
Vegetarian, I think, is the name.
But I think it's just a go-to argument for a lot of people without any backing, and I think Hitler's life in general is like borderline mysterious because of that. Just over the years, bias from different parties have kind of skewed history. I think.
So while we're talking about the National Socialist Party, can we talk about socialism for a second?
Just like part of the name.
I don't know about socialism. I only know like the what was it called? Prager University ads that they put. It's like a
They won't stop playing on YouTube.
yeah, and they just talk about socialism all the time. I don't really know much about it, but they talk about like
They demonize the shit out of it.
Venezuela and all
Oh,
these
yeah,
places
I've seen
that
this
use
idea.
it. It's like it's socialism.
Have you ever read Upton Sinclair's The Jungle?
Yeah.
No, that's a fucking that's
We
an
don't
amazing,
read.
that's an amazing book.
Is it?
No one can read
It's
it.
so that it's sort of that sparked a bit of a like some I wouldn't call it revolution per se, I guess, but like it sort of made
It brought-
understandable to the common man the dangers of like a meat processing factory. So that was like the main occupation that the main character was working through, and it was like it was a big. Upton Sinclair was an advocate for like unions,
Mhm, it brought
and
unions
that's
into light.
so then it brings on a socialist guy, but I think that's a super good read if you want to get some information on the topic, like if you want to have some sort of connection to the history.
Jungle. Rainforest.
Welcome to the jungle.
Bees.
I hate
Save the bees.
Guns
20
N' Roses.
Oh, that's horrible. That is a terrible.
You guys have all heard the beginning of Welcome to the Jungle, right? No, the first part, like the immediate beginning, where it sounds like someone left a vacuum
some
cleaner on in the other
self-respect.
room. It's like, well, that's actually Axl Rose. screaming. Yeah,
It's horrible.
You can see it in the music video. I think there's the music video. There's sections of him.
Oh
on
yeah,
stage,
I know what you're
and
talking
he has like the
about.
microphone down to his esophagus.
Yeah, I
And
get that.
it's just madness.
That's weird. He went really high in that because it was like
It was really high in every song.
yeah, I guess.
There was a concert for Guns N' Roses. It's like a reunion concert
That's
or something.
unfortunate.
And it was really funny because Axl Rose would not stop smoking cigarettes throughout the entirety of his life. So the concert was basically like, you got the music in the back, it was like, welcome! And people were just cheering. They didn't care.
Was he rocking like black skinny jeans? Just
I don't know. I only heard the audio. I didn't see the footage
Oh,
of it.
okay.
I wish I should have.
Did you did you see that the main guitarist for Queen that looks just like Nolan?
Which one? In different pictures, I look like Brian May and John.
It was the lead guitarist, so I think it was
Brian.
the one that looks like you.
Brian.
yeah.
Well,
Brian May.
I also look like the bassist, actually.
You look like all of Queen
John-
except for Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
Except for that blonde boy.
Shit, I can't remember his name. The bassist for Queen
I don't know.
is John something.
Johnson.
John Deacon?
The old
Who the hell's
man that
John
died
Deacon?
from Sam's lack
Wait.
of care.
No, because in different
Johnson.
pictures I look like different people. Like sometimes I look like Brian May, and sometimes I look like John.
Anyways, they're doing a new concert thing for like raising awareness for global warming. Like they're bringing Queen back together just without free.
Live Aid?
Yeah.
Did you
John
hear about-
Deacon, I was right.
John Deacon.
Yeah, in different pictures I look like Brian May, in some pictures I look like John Deacon.
Okay. Well,
Did you hear about Buddy
Basically.
Guy? It's playing in,
Johnson.
next August.
no.
It's amazing. He's like one of the only blues legends left, and he's playing live.
Wow.
In I don't remember exactly where, but
When is that?
We're gonna have to
In
replace
August.
that city with Johnson.
Okay, we
Johnson. John. Yeah, just use that same clip.
Johnson. Just use a different Johnson for every time. Here, I'll give us a few. Johnson. 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 Johnson!
Yeah,
All right.
use a couple of those.
Do we do an outro? Or we just end it?
This
Well,
concludes the NPP No Pants podcast nighttime edition.
Late
Episode
Time
1.
Edition, episode 1.
Episode 1.
Welcome
Late
back.
night.
Episode
From
one.
from the shed.
Late night, no pants. Gunners.
I have to edit that one out.
You know, I will.
Gunners.
Recording right now?
Yeah, okay,
Have
that
you
works.
not stopped yet?